Hello and welcome to This Board Game Life. I'm your host, Mark, and today I'm sort of unboxing Force Shuffle Dartmoor from Lookout Games. I say sort of, it's because it's actually already open. I bought it at Gen Con and we played it at Gen Con, so it's already open, but we're going to look at it anyways. So Force Shuffle Dartmoor is a standalone game within the Force Shuffle family. It introduces a brand new habitat and features new species with new abilities and bonuses to explore. As in the earlier original Force Shuffle, in Force Shuffle Dartmoor, players will compete to build the most valuable environment by placing trees and shrubs, then attracting species to these locations to create an ecologically balanced habitat for flora and fauna. What's new in Dartmoor is the introduction of terrain cards that are played horizontally and serve as a home or feeding ground for different species than trees or shrubs. Due to the nature of the terrain, species can only be placed above and below a terrain card. Deer and other species stay clear from bogs or peat areas in the moorland. They need their drink but won't feel safe at dwells or next to rivulets. So players have to watch out where to place their species. Like its predecessor, Force Shuffle Dartmoor comes with a unique back side. Each of the 180 cards of the deck can be placed face down, creating a bog, if the action allows it. The caves in Force Shuffle Dartmoor now will be drafted at the beginning of the game and offer asymmetrical starting conditions. On top, the number of tree symbols has been reduced from 8 to 6 to enable bonuses more easily. The game mechanism stays untouched. To start, each player has 6 cards in hand, with cards depicting either a particular type of tree, shrub, or terrain, or 2 more dwellers like animals and plants, with these latter cards being divided in half, whether vertically or horizontally, with 1 dweller in each card half. On a turn, either draw 2 cards, whether face down from the deck or face up from the clearing, and add them to your hand, or play a card from your hand by discarding other cards to pay the cost, then putting that first card into play. In the end, the player with the highest score wins. This game is designed by Kosh. The art is by Tony Labat and Judith Paella. Published by Lookout Games in 2025 for ages 10 and up for 2 to 5 players and plays in about 60 minutes. All right, as always, I do ask that you please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon so you're not missing any of our content. All right, let's get to the table and take a peek. All right, so again, this is a standalone game. It's not an expansion. I know Force Shuffle came out and there was like two expansions, I think. Alpine and Woodland or something like that. They're sitting right over there. But this is a standalone game, very much like that. Now, I'm going to start off right away by one complaint. See this? Lookout Games, you watching this? This is because you put stickers. This is ripped too. Because you put stickers on your box. These things. I've tried to take these off and it's just ripping the box art. Stop doing that. Don't put stickers on there that are going to tear the box. All right, that's my complaint. I got it out of the way. Ooh, okay. So this will look familiar. This is the board. So you're going to play this out, and this is where you put your 10 cards, and of course you swipe them and clear the area when you get 10 cards. If you play a tree, you have to place a card out here. Here's the rule book. So telling you all the components. There's 3 winter cards. So you're going to put this deck like into 3, split it into thirds. You're going to put the 3 winter cards, kind of shuffle them in to the third part of the deck, shuffle it all up, and then you're going to stack the first 2 on top. So you're going to go through you're going to go through at least 2/3 of the deck. When you get to that final third, when the third winter card comes up, you will that will signify the end of the game. So you don't know when that card's going to come up. I mean, it could be the very last card in the deck. It could be the third card. You can end up somehow with all 3 winter cards as boom, 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 right on top of each other. They're not shuffled in very well, but it could happen. So that's how you play until that third winter card comes out. So once you see the second one, you better be getting better be wrapping up and getting ready to score. So again, it plays like Force Shuffle, but you do have the terrain cards that you see here, and then you're putting stuff on top and bottom. So do have a score sheet, as you can see. Did I win? I did not win. Franco whooped us at 115. Me and another guy that was there at Gen Con, we tied, and Rob had 64. So that was our score from Gen Con. So if you have seen this game, if you've played Forest Shuffle, then you know what this essentially is. I'm not going to go through all these cards, but so here's some of the cave cards. You start out with cave cards, and I think there's supposed to be another one in here. There it is. There's your 3 winter cards. I was going to have them on top, and the rest of these are just need to get some rubber bands here. But so these are what's going to signify the end of the game are the winter cards. They don't do anything. It's just when you pull one out of the deck, you just put out the side and you just replace it. But when the third one does come out, the game ends. And then everybody starts by picking in reverse player order. Then whoever's going last gets to pick their little cave first, which does give some options at the bottom there. So like here, you get 1 point per card in your cave, and then here you get to draw 3 cards from the stack and then place 3 cards from your hand in the clearing. So here you get five points at the end of the game on top of 1 per your card. So I mean, this one is just bonus. If you're taking this one, you're just getting those points at the end of the game. Here you're going to start with 8 cards in your hand instead of 10 or no 6. I think you start with 6. This gives you a couple extra. So there's those, and then all these other cards. Again, they're very similar to what you've seen in Forest Shuffle. All the symbology around it, and you can see how it's split. The royal fern on the bottom, the gray heron on the top, and they score different types of dragonflies, and so there's a lot of different ways to score the game. And here's a terrain. So this one does play out because it's a mire. So this is a terrain card. So it's gonna play out this way, and then you're taking you're basically stacking like that, up, but you cannot put anything on the side of those cards. So and there's another one. So a rivulet, which I mentioned earlier. So that's pretty much it. They're just different animals, different environments than the original Forest Shuffle. So it just gives you some new options on ways to play. You can see there's a lot of cards in the deck. So be prepared to have some people help you shuffle cards or bring a card shuffler with you. So there's quite a few. All right. Well, that's a look at it. We'll take it back to the main camera there. Do ask again that you like and subscribe. And again, appreciate that you are doing that, helping us hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Really appreciate that. We are getting there. So we're still marching towards that goal. And if you got any comments or thoughts or questions, like I said, I've played this once. If you got any questions for me, just hit me up there in the comments below. And with that, we'll let you get back to your day. And again, thank you so much, and we will see you at the table.